أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، ونصلي ونسلم على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين معلم البشرية وطبيبها محمد. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه. My dear sister, my dear brother, my dear viewer, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As you know, in the last 2 weeks, we started the new series about halal, tayyib, food, drink, meat, and drink. And I told you it's going to take really many sessions. We might have to do like 10 sessions for 10 weeks to cover the subject. I'm supposed today to discuss the prophetic concept and sunan related to food and drink, inshallah. But before going into this main subject, allow me to mention to you 3 great study came in the last 7 days. Beautiful study, interesting study, and medical study. In the last 7 days, in all British media, non-Muslim media, newspaper, TV, some of it on TV, etc. Beautiful. 3 studies related to food, related to the subject we are discussing every Monday now. What's the first one? It makes you angry. We throw away half of the food we produce. Look at that. We, British, French, American, and many Arab and Muslim in Gulf, especially in Gulf country, etc., we throw away half, about 50% of the food we got to eat. If the food we produce to eat, throw away. This is unbelievable. This came in the Independent, in Daily Mail, about a week ago, or in the last few days. All newspaper and TV talking about it. At a time when tens of thousands of people are dying every day, and they have no food to eat. Starvation, lack of food. Syrian inside Syria and in neighboring country. The Burmese Muslim, Arakan, Myanmar. Children, women in Somalia, in Africa, in Gaza and Palestine. The West, especially the West. It happened, as I said, in Gulf and some Arab country and many rich Muslim countries, etc., especially the West. Throw away half of the food. In houses, when we eat, in our houses, we throw away. In hospital, in prison, in school, in restaurant, you name it. Look to this figure. This figure should shake up everybody in the world, talking about food, talking about genetically modified food to feed the hungry. This fallacy, this myth to produce GM food. Talking about population control. No more children, 1 or 2 children. No more children. 1 child by family, 2 children by family. I did fight this myth in United Nations in 10 international conference. Population control, birth control. We have no food to feed. This is what they say. We have no food. And we, corrupted people, misguided people, careless people, selfish people, are throwing away about 50% of our food. 7 million tons thrown away every year. Worth 10 billion pounds. 10 billion pounds. 1 billion we throw away because of the idea sell by date. Listen to that. While in Britain today, they have got 200 at least food bank. How many people know now the British, the Scottish, the English, they're all going now to beg. Food bank, free, go and get food. They have no money enough to buy food for their family and children. Food bank. Many churches are doing, which is good job, good for them. And I'm instructing Muslim Aid to do it through many mosques. Many mosques in Britain, food aid, food bank, instead of throwing it away. Edible food, we should give it to the hungry, needy, whatever his religion, whatever his nationality. This is Islam. Humanity of Islam, where is it? You should help your society, you Muslim, 2.7 million Muslim. You should do something. There are a lot of thousands now dying in the cold in winter. All people, they cannot afford to put heating. Where are you? Thanks God, Muslim Aid. And we started this since about 2 years. Every year we make campaign, Warm Heart, to give warmth to the cold people. Cold, English, Scottish, Welsh, non-Muslim, old man, old woman. 3/4 of vegetable in United Kingdom not eating. Look at that. 3/4. And when we're asking people, they have to eat vegetable for their health, fruit for their health. 3/4 of vegetable we throw away. What a crazy mentality we have got here in Britain now, in the West. Every family wastes about 500 pounds per year food. Per life, 24,000 pounds. Every family in Britain. This applies to France, to America, to Germany, to Europe. 500 pounds a year. Between you and me, I believe is more than that. And 24,000 pounds during their life. 30-50% of food from supermarket is thrown away. Supermarket. You know, Morrison, Tesco. 30-50%, nearly half, thrown away. Most of it edible. You can eat it. What a careless society. Where is civilization here? Where is it? I'm saying that because we have rising number of British people, non-Muslim, dying for food, begging. They go outside the supermarket at night to pick up from rubbish, like all these hungry people, poor people in Africa and other areas in Southeast Asia. Throwing away food. How much we need the teaching of Islam today. This is one example. Wallahi, wallahi, wallahi. Islam is needed for tens of thousands of issues in Britain, in the West, in Europe. I'm discussing just one issue. Islam forbid it. Quran warned us about it. And our beloved teacher Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked us not to do it. Ya salam. Ya salam, how much Islam is economic in one issue only. One issue. One sunnah. Allahu Akbar. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا. Ya salam. Eat and drink, but don't overeat and drink. Don't be extravagant. Don't waste. Don't throw away. Ya salam. come to the teacher Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. See, just I pick up 2-3 hadiths to answer back all these irresponsible people in the West and some in the East, as I said, in Arab countries. Look at that. Look to this hadith. I learned it when I was small. قال عليه الصلاة والسلام رحم الله لاحس قعره. Ya Allah. Ya Allah, how much we need your teaching, Sayyidi Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He said, Allah bless, Allah give mercy to the one who lick his plate, her plate. No more on the plate to throw away. Ya salam. This hadith should be slogan in every house, whatever their religion. In every ministry, food ministry, food college, food study, farm, restaurant, school, everywhere. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to avoid this 10 billion pounds and to avoid all this weight 7 million ton, he gave you small hadith, a few words. More than 1400 years ago, giving you the message to save your money, to feed your hungry people, no more starvation. Allah give mercy to the one who lick his plate. Look to the reality today. Muslim, Arab, Asian, half of the plate full of food thrown in the rubbish. This is not Islam. This is against the teaching of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a rule, a warning, more than 1400 years ago, telling us you cannot waste one small piece of rice. Go and see non-Muslim house, rubbish bin, hospital bin, restaurant bin, supermarket rubbish, food, edible. Go and see how much we waste. This is the sunnah. How many? I don't see this sunnah. I have been in many Muslim houses. I rarely seen in my life a Muslim first finishing the food. By the way, it's very important for mother and father and to educate about this. You don't fill the plate of your child. You don't make it full. My golden rule advice, I say to my daughter and grandchildren, put a little. When they finish, put more. Because commonly, mother want to feed, the plate are full. The child eat a little. Commonly, to my horror and surprise, the Muslim mother throw away in the rubbish. Some they don't. Allah bless them, but come. The non-Muslims throw away more. They have this funny idea, if it's out, it could become with germ, infected. We don't keep it in the fridge, we throw it away. I couldn't believe it. Look to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, طعام الواحد يكفي الاثنين وطعام الاثنين يكفي ثلاثة. Beautiful. The food, the meal of one person is enough for two. And the meal for two persons, enough for three. All this message telling you about less food, no throwing away, and be responsible. In the food Allah provided to you. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, وَإِذَا أَكَلْنَا فَلَا نَشْبَعْ. Ya salam. People dying from overeating. We have the biggest problem, overweight, obesity. And people dying because of lack of food. And now throwing away food. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, when we eat, we don't fill it up. You should leave the food and your eyes still in it. I wish I could eat this more. I love to eat it. This is the time to leave the food. I like to eat it. This is the time you leave the food. You leave the dinner in Islam. Not, to the top. He cannot walk after. Lie in bed, bad dream. I cannot breathe. Against Sunnah. And this is against your health. In the same time. ثُلُثٌ لِطَعَامِهِ. You got stomach 3 parts. And this hadith fascinates me how the Prophet ﷺ calculated stomach into 3 parts, 3 compartments. Third for food. And I'm going to tell you another new scientific medical discovery related to this hadith, which came a few days ago here in Britain in non-Muslim media. 200 food bank, and every day they're making a new food bank in Britain. While all around, food thrown everywhere. It's unbelievable. I use this subject to hit back, to slap, to attack this fallacy of genetically modified food. They always use the argument we have to make more food, people dying. Crazy idea for business, food, genetically modified food industry, Monsanto and other. While I'm coming to you, I was reading newspaper in the train, and I have the article, and the man wrote, this is a slap in all this campaign for genetically food industry. They always say, look, people starving, poor. We have enough food to feed the world and to feed for 50 years more and 100 years more. It's carelessness, immoral behavior, I call it, lack of responsibility, lack of respect of food. I said before in my session before, food eating is ibadah, is remembering Allah. When you eat, sit with your children, family to eat, you are in a new mosque, temple, remembering Allah and dua, discussing the food, the miracle of the food, the growing of the beautiful, tasty, apple and apricot and grape. It's a spiritual charge, nourishment to have a meal. How many Muslims think about it? We're becoming almost like animal. Finish. Artificial. Disconnected from the Creator. Our eating habit. Disconnected from responsibility. How to deal with the food. How to respect the food. How not to throw away any food. You cook according to your needs. Very important. Unfortunately, many of our mothers and wives, they overcook frequently. And as I said, this dangerous habit, they put on the plate a lot for their children. Children eat a little bit, they cannot eat all that. And you have put a little, I said, when they finish, give them more. You don't throw away. So, enough game, genetically modified food industry. You have used this slogan for a long time. We have the food more than enough to feed the whole world, but we throw away. Change your habit. Change your bad habit. Follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Follow the teacher, the most wise man on this planet, for the health, for economy, for social welfare, for charity, for relief. Do not throw away food. This is a basic concept in the teaching of Islam, in Quran, in Hadith. The other benefit, if I can call it, unfortunately, of this waste of food, is to answer back all this big campaign in the United Nations. I did fight against it, me and Christian and Catholic and good people, believer. Population control, birth control. No children, don't do. There will be no potato, no meat, no chicken, no fruit, no vegetable. Rubbish! We fought this as rubbish from Islamic point of view, from economic point of view, from demographic point of view. and now we had to eat. The thrown away food will cover all. You don't need to force family to have one child only or two children. Your calculation is wrong. You have been misguided. Your calculation is wrong about this food aspect. So my dear brother and sister, can't you see with me, even in one news story, talking about billion of pounds and billion of tons of food, you need the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaching. You need every man, every woman on the planet be aware of these ayat and ahadith so they don't dare to throw away food. This should happen to the Muslim, and Muslims should practice it. But God help the non-Muslim. They haven't got the education. They haven't got the religious instruction like we have clearly in Quran and Hadith. They haven't got it. A little bit excuse, but still as a human being, irresponsible. Whatever your religion. To throw away food, and you know next door neighbor and a lot of people in our own society, they're going in secret at night to building, to church. Give us food. We haven't got our children, our family. We haven't got money to buy food. This is happening in Britain. This well-known, civilized, rich country. Over 200 bank. Food bank. It's unbelievable. I don't know if I'm right, whether I remember 200 or 200,000, I don't know, but I think maybe 200 bank. And they say increasing every week. The medicine with you, the cure with you. You don't need. Just be responsible. Be fair. Be humane. Do not throw away food. Prepare it for all people who are starving. Especially now. Those dying from the cold and poverty in India, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, Syria. That's dying Syria now, cold and no food. Inside Syria, in different countries around Syria. Starving, needy, poor people in Somalia, in Africa, in different countries, in Palestine, etc. We need a responsible president, king, prime minister, who knows the ahadith of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and practice it and implement it. Use his army to distribute what you don't want. You want to throw away the rubbish? Please stop it. Don't put in rubbish bin. Give it to us. Give it to us. Let's distribute it. Feed the hungry. So this is another slap for all this crazy idea in United Nations. Birth control, population control. Only one child you should have. There's no food. We cannot afford. No potato, no chicken, no meat. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. And many people have been fooled. Many Arab governments have been fooled by this rubbish idea. Many Muslims have been fooled by this rubbish idea. Take it out. Allahu Razzaq, provider. But even if you put provision on one side, even you have got it all. Why half of your food to throw away? So this is interesting study, should check us all, should make our mosque in Britain everywhere a center for distribution of food to the hungry in Britain, in Birmingham, in London, in Bradford, in Manchester. They're dying. They're going to food bank all the time. We should utilize our mosque. This is one of the use. Take it from Muslims. They don't want. They throw away. You know what made me laugh? I couldn't believe it. When they made this report, they're throwing away a lot of potato and fruit. I listened. Why? What they said in the report? They say they look funny. Astaghfirullah. They look ugly. They don't look like a normal shape of potato. Carrot and other many food. Look at that. We have this problem now with men and women especially. I don't look beautiful. We have epidemic of plastic surgery operation. Only rich doctor benefiting business. You know, my nose is not normal, my hand, my ear, my breast, my head. Now they move also to the fruit and vegetable. They cannot do surgery, plastic surgery, they throw away. They say, look, potatoes look funny. Look, this cucumber look funny, it's not normal. Astaghfirullah al-Azim, what's going on? The madness going too much today in our society. Some of they're all edible, they're all fresh, they're all healthy. They say they look this potato funny shape. This cucumber look funny shape. It's unbelievable. Fussy, fussy, fussy. By doing that, they're becoming starved now. They're going for food bank. My second report, my dear brother and sister, related to food, which came this week. I was waiting for a year to get this study to come from the West, from non-Muslim. I couldn't believe it because I'm so strong campaigner for breastfeeding, milk from the mother to the baby. Rida'a. I've been leading this campaign, talking about it, many radio and TV, as we're discovering treasure of health benefit to the child, treasure of health benefit to the mother, and economical, and good for the environment, and convenient. One day I would love to talk in detail about breastfeeding. Islamically, medically, the great benefit. At a time we're seeing more Muslim women, Western women especially, and Muslim women. No, I don't want to breastfeed. Give him the bottle. I want to keep my figure. I don't want to be at home. We're in 21st century. I should have a job. I should be working. I don't want to breastfeed. This is a dangerous attitude going among many Muslim women today who are becoming westernized, liberal. My job, my career first. I'm not saying you cannot work, you can work and within Islamic ethic and especially if you need to survive, etc. What this study came? Medical news today on the 8th January. Medical news today. I receive every day summary of maybe 100 medical articles. And I get a lot of them. Discovery. Proving Quran, proving Hadith. Many. Medical news today, 8 January. Over 700 helpful bacteria in breast milk. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Can you imagine this beautiful? The only natural diet left on this planet. The only halal, tayyib diet left on this planet. The milk from the mother to the baby. The only healthy diet left on this planet because we made corruption in our food today and junk food, etc. Over 700 bacteria in breast milk, and there are a lot of detail. We cannot go through it, how this breast milk, bacteria inside, go inside the mouth, go inside the baby, the system of the baby, the blood, the digestive system. I couldn't believe this study except by giving the benefit and explanation. Any bacteria, any virus, any germ going into the child, mouth, blood, blood, digestive system, will produce antibody. Produce antibody. You got over 700 bacteria. They're giving you maybe, I believe, all the disease of infection today in the world. So I believe strongly. Although they said for strong immune defense system, which is true, but I believe it will produce antibody. So when you got this infection, when you grow up, my dear child, boy or a girl, when you have this infection, already your body has got antibody, has got gun and bullet to kill the germ and bacteria. Why I'm raising this subject? Because I'm personally with some Muslim and a lot of non-Muslim doctors, scientists involved in the campaign questioning vaccine. Vaccine. I have been for about 7 years asking for open debate on vaccine because of many things wrong with this cover. Haram ingredient, haram chemical harmful to health, damage to the natural immune defense system, etc., etc., etc. This is all vaccine, if they are true vaccine antibody or something as they say, as they claim, in the milk of the mother. She got it. She got the induction. You know vaccine, they give weak germ, weaker, to make antibody, supposed to be, to this germ, to this virus, to make antibody. You're already having it and you got the best period. 2 years. As the World Health Organization said, as the Quran have said, more than 1400 years ago, breastfeed up to 2 years if you want to complete. How much chance you are having all this helpful, useful bacteria to induce, to produce antibody to attack future infection. I never forget. I got a study, somebody sent it to me. They discovered in breast milk antibody against poliomyelitis. شلل الأطفال in Arabic. Ya salam. In breast milk, antibody. Why is this vaccine business? Headache. With a lot of things, question mark inside it. Why? The big vaccine problem in Pakistan, as I say, for polio. Medically, scientifically proven by non-Muslim. Muslims still asleep to investigate by and large. Medically, scientifically. Antibody against poliomyelitis. You already have the vaccine according to Quran. 100% halal, safe, no mercury, no aluminium, no chemical, no haram ingredient, the milk of the mother. I appeal to all Muslim doctors and scientists to explore breastfeeding and the antibody and the antibacteria and the germ. I don't believe you will need any. But if you need it, by the way, I was 2 weeks ago on Voice of Russia radio in London. I was with 3 other interviewed about this killing, in Pakistan of health workers who giving vaccine. Obviously, I condemn the killing. Any Muslim condemn the killing of anybody. But I explained this point, which I'm mentioning to you. I didn't mention this new discovery. It was not ready at that time to see it. Over 700 bacteria inside the milk for strong, natural immune system. They said immune defense system. And I said to induce antibody against all this. Where are you Muslim doctors and scientists? Do not follow the West. Western medicine has got a lot of haram, a lot of ignorance, and behind it a very vicious, greedy drug industry, giant pharma, who create fear among doctors, among parents, create fear. We need emergency, flu, influenza, etc. It's a big, big business. I believe strongly the natural way in Islam of breastfeeding will cover a lot, but this should be also with natural healthy diet. After the breastfeeding period, the child should have natural healthy food diet, drink, etc. It should be healthy. Sanitation, clean water, they are a must to go with the effect with the effect of breastfeeding, which will be permanent, forever. Breastfeeding, ya salam. This is a treasure neglected by Muslim by and large. Treasure of health discovery. Only few days ago, it take away 2/3 of ovarian cancer. Cancer in the ovary. I have it 3 days ago. New medical report. If you breastfeed, you mother, it take away 2/3 of your ovarian cancer. Look at that. And we have a lot to say about taking breast cancer also, some breast cancer, etc. This is another fascinating discovery, my dear brother and sister. Muslim mother, be proud of the best natural halal tayyib diet food to your child. Practice it. And if there is problem breastfeeding, wet nurse, murdi'a, neglected by Muslim today. They jump quickly to powder, cow milk. This is for cow, it's not for a human. Allah made the right ingredient, right amount. So if you have problem, my dear mother, you give birth, baby, please, please. Wet nurse, murdi'a. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Halima al-Sa'diyya, gave the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam her blessed milk, best nourishment. The only halal, I said, left on this planet, the only tayyib, is the mother eat natural, halal, healthy, tayyib food. You know, generally, this is important. So we should educate our daughter, create the love in their heart for feed their children when they grow up, and have good nutrition. The mother should have good, healthy, natural nutrition, not junk food, and carry on the best for 2 years. But I appeal, as I said before, to Muslim doctors and scientists. Where are you? You got treasure in your Quran. You got treasure mentioned by ahadith about breastfeeding. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. What are you doing about that? The West is discovering. They give you tafsir and evidence, and you are still living far away. You don't know what's going on. My dear brothers and sisters, my third medical report came this week related to food. Funny enough, time is running and we don't have time to go through what I'm planning to discuss. Prophetic sunan ahadith related to food, maybe inshallah next week. Look what they discover now. They're making pump device to take out, you know, when you eat, they're fixing pump. As we eat and overeat, they say we take out 1/3 of the food after you eat. To avoid overweight and obesity. Machine called Aspire Assist. This was in medical news today, 9 January, approved by EU, and effective to lose weight. Look at that. Why I'm bringing this? Pump after you eat to take out what you have been eating too much, you know, etc. 1/3. When I read that, I remember the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was talking about this 1/3 of the stomach. To keep food in 1/3 of the stomach for thulusun li ta'amihi, ya salam. We don't need pump. We don't need this device. We need to follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You have a mind, you have brain, control. Islam, by the way, is based on self-control, especially food and sex. Self-control, which are very much, you know, organized in Ramadan. Food control, sex control, very important. One day we'll discuss it in detail. So they're making pump to take away 1/3. But the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said before, 1/3 for stomach, you don't need pump. And he was more clever than them. They want to take 1/3, keep 2/3. No, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said 1/3 for stomach, and another 1/3 for food, fluid, soup, water, drink, and another 1/3 for the air. You know the stomach? Above it, diaphragm. This is the lung, breathing up and down. My lung, your lung. It compress the stomach. So this is beautiful explanation of the Prophet about division of stomach. 3 times about only fill the 1/3 of your stomach to avoid overweight and obesity. This is fascinating. They use the third pumping machine now to take it out. We don't need machine. We don't need pump. We need to follow the instruction of the teacher and physician Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Thank you for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.